Welcome to the soulbeautychat podcast. If you are new, and welcome back if you are a regular and a part of the fam. My name is Fatima, and the soulbeautychat is a self-care community and podcast designed to empower women through faith-infused resources, mental health support, coaching, and wellness events. So before we dive in, let's chat about a few ways that you can support the show. The first way is by subscribing wherever you are listening. The second way is to share with a friend. If you think that this episode or this show will provide value to their lives, please go ahead and drop them that link. The third way is to rate and review via iTunes or wherever you're listening, but iTunes is probably the most primary source where my listeners come from. So make sure you head over there and leave a comment about why you like the show and leave a rating. And then finally is by submitting your questions via email, which is soulbeautychat@gmail.com, my personal Instagram, Fatima_farmer, or by sending a voice message right here on Anchor if that's where you're listening. So without further ado, let's get into today's show. So the first thing that I want to share is that meditation is a form of mental hygiene. So the same way that you have oral hygiene, the same way that you maybe have physical hygiene, right? You have a hair care routine, you have a fitness routine. Meditation is mental hygiene. Meditation is a form of mental hygiene. So that means the same way that you would show up for yourself every day with your skincare routine or your hair care routine, put that same level of thought and effort into your meditation practice as well. So shifting your mindset around that can just give you a perspective to look at meditation differently. It's not something you do every once in a while. It's not something that you do, just when you're feeling overwhelmed, although it can be. But in order to make it a part of your routine and a part of your practice and to see the most benefits, it should be viewed as mental hygiene. The second thing I want to remind you of is that in order to make it a habit, you should start practicing it every day at the same time. So for me personally, I like to practice first thing in the morning and usually before I go to bed. But first thing in the morning is like non-negotiable. So, when I wake up in the morning, before I check my messages on Instagram or emails or any of that stuff, after I've, taken some time to just be grateful and thankful and have a conversation with God, I usually drop into meditation. Sometimes I'll journal first, sometimes I'll pray first. It really just depends on the day, but within that window of time where I call it my quiet time with God, I infuse meditation into that time, right? So I kind of base it upon what I need. So I do a quick scan of myself, kind of check out where I'm feeling, what's on my mind, and then I'll usually go to Insight Timer. That's the app that I use for my meditations. You can also find meditations on YouTube. You can find them pretty much anywhere, Spotify, but I personally use Insight Timer. Shout out to Insight Timer. And I go there and I type in whatever I'm looking for, or I just scroll to see what new meditations have released today, and I listen to one that resonates with whatever is coming up for me that day. So it could be trust, it could be faith, it could be grief, it could be sadness, whatever it is, I find it and then I do a practice from there. So making it a part of your daily routine, including it in at the same time, so maybe before you get out of bed and brush your teeth, the first thing you do is meditate, right? So that is a way that you can start to make this a regular practice and so that you can stick to it. The third thing that I want to bring up is to practice it in the same place. Now, this isn't necessarily a requirement, but the same way I talked about your physical routine, right? So let's say if you have a gym routine, or most gyms are probably still closed. So let's say you have a fitness routine, right? And when the gyms were open, for me, that was like my dedicated place to do my workouts. I didn't work out at home. I didn't work out in the park. I worked out at the gym. I was very consistent. Like I got up at a certain time and I went to the gym, right? So now, that gyms are closed. I don't have that determination to just get up and go because I'm not used to doing it in my bedroom. I'm not used to doing it in my apartment. I'm not used to doing it at the park. I can, right? I can still have that determination and make that a new routine, but as of right now, it's not, that's not a part of my routine. So it's not something that I stick to. It's something that I do every once in a while. So I would encourage you to practice, at least while you're getting into the rhythm of making it a habit, to practice every day in the same space spot. Like, make that like your meditation corner or your meditation moment, or like the space where you do your meditation, right? So maybe your meditation is happening in your bed, like mine, right? I said it's before I even get out of bed, I'm meditating. But for some people, maybe you don't have the time to do that. Although I think everybody has about 5 minutes that they can spare to meditate. But let's say you absolutely just don't have the time, right? What you could do is you can make a meditation practice out of the things that you're already doing. So you have to brush your teeth, right? Everybody has time to brush their teeth. If you're watching this, I'm assuming that you have time to brush your teeth, right? So if you have time to brush your teeth, you can make that your meditation practice, right? So I talked about mindfulness in a previous video. If you haven't seen it, go back and check it out. But you can basically turn anything that you're doing into a meditation by being fully engulfed in that moment. Again, if you don't really understand that concept, or you're not familiar with the practice of mindfulness, go back and check out the other video, and I promise you it will make sense. Another thing that you can do is use different apps. So obviously I already mentioned Insight Timer, you guys know, or if you don't know, I'm featured on Insight Timer. You can listen to all of my meditations there. But using different apps to assist you really can help in the beginning when you are trying to make meditation a regular habit, right? Like, again, I'm going to keep going back to fitness because it's so easy to compare the two. But sometimes when you start a fitness journey, first you'll start by using guided videos, right? And then once you get the hang of it, you're like, okay, I don't need to watch that 15-minute video because I already know the moves, I already know the steps, I already know what I have to do, right? So it's just a matter of doing it. Same thing with meditation. At first, you may need guided, you may need music, you may need someone telling you, okay, close your eyes, take a deep breath, etc., etc. But after doing it for a while, maybe you don't need those things anymore, right? Maybe you can just quiet yourself. You can just get into a still place, and you can just decide, I'm going to meditate for 5 minutes. You turn on your timer and you just sit, So that is something that I would recommend if you're just starting out, is to, of course, check me out on Insight Timer, but there's a bunch of other ones that I love, like Headspace, there's Calm, there's Abide, there's literally so many, Liberation app. So yeah, figure out which one works for you, and allow that to be a part of your practice if you are struggling to make meditation a daily habit. The final thing that I want to mention as a way to really make meditation a part of your life is to do it in community. So doing it alone can be a challenge. Sometimes we can lack the self-discipline, right? Again, just like the fitness classes, so like for me, I'm not even gonna lie, when the gym was open, that was my main source of working out. That was my main source of activity, of physical activity, was my Zumba classes, right? And my dance classes. Outside of that, I would go to the gym, but I didn't like it. I wasn't showing up every day consistently hopping on the Stairmaster. It was like, but if I knew that I had a class at 7 o'clock in the morning, I was there. I was ready, I was ready to do it with other people. That sometimes feeding off the energy of other people can give you that boost that you need to get started. So if you're looking for a place to do meditation and community, of course, I offer meditations right here on my Instagram every Monday morning at 8 a.m., mindful moments. Sometimes the day switches, but for right now, we're doing it Monday mornings at 8 a.m. PST. And you can do meditation in community. So you can join other people who follow me on Instagram who are also building their meditation practice. And we talk about different topics. We share, we ask questions. It's a good time, okay? So if you haven't already joined one of those, feel free to stop by for the next mindful moments. It's donation based. So if you want to donate, you can. If you can't, you can totally just show up for free and just join. Meditations are usually about 30 minutes long, but that's something that I would recommend, is doing it in community. And again, there's so many communities online that you can find that are offering meditations. But I think that is a great place to start. I'm going to stop with those tips because that was a lot of information. Try not to go over 10 minutes here, but I hope that was helpful. If so, let me know down in the comment section what you think, and of course if you have any questions, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Before we dive any further into this episode, I want to quickly tell you about an app that I've been using for the last couple of years to assist with my mental health journey, called Faith Counseling. Faith Counseling is a solution for people seeking traditional mental health counseling who would prefer hearing from the perspective of a Christian. If you're seeking a mental health professional who is a practicing Christian, faith counseling may be a great option for you. The best part is that you can start communicating in under 24 hours. Just a few things to note about faith counseling. This is not a crisis line and it's not self-help. This is professional counseling done securely online with real therapists. There's a broad range of expertise in the counseling network, which may not be locally available in some areas. So keep in mind when you're booking your sessions. The service also is available to clients worldwide, and one of the great benefits is that you can log into your account at any time and send a message directly to your counselor in real time. You'll get timely and thoughtful responses, plus you can schedule weekly or phone sessions so you won't ever have to worry about sitting in an uncomfortable waiting room as with traditional therapy. Faith counseling is also committed to facilitating great matches, so they make it easy and free to change your counselors if needed. To be honest, while the times that I've been using this app, I have changed my counselors multiple times and I don't feel guilty about it because it's super easy to do. And also, you kind of have to view it like dating. You may not get it right on the first try, and some people you just may not match with. But the fact that you can easily, literally in less than a day, and change your counselor for free is a great option that faith counseling offers. Another thing that you should consider about faith counseling is that it is way more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and financial aid is available to those in need. Faith counseling wants you to start living a happier life today. Visit their website and read some of their testimonials, or check out my other episodes where I go into depth about what it's like to work with a therapist to learn more about my experience. And visit Faith Counseling to join over 500,000 people who are taking charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. For a special offer and to get 10% off your first order with Faith Counseling or your first month with Faith Counseling, use my link getfaithful.com/soulbeauty. Again, to get 10% on your first month of services with Faith Counseling, click the link in the description or type into your browser getfaithful.com/soulbeauty. SOULBEAUTY. Getfaithful.com/soulbeauty. Thank you, Faith Counseling, for the opportunity to collaborate on this amazing service. And check it out if this is something that is resonating with you.